Hey everyone, it's Sean here, your guide to Warcraft, and yep, I'm doing the Lucid Nightmare mount, the new puzzle mount added in patch 7.3. Without a doubt, I would say the hardest and most complex puzzle to date, but a lot of fun to do as well. So to start with, you want to head to Curiosities and More, a shop in Dalaran, right there. You want to head on the left hand side, you want to go upstairs, and there will be a note very similar to how the Riddler's Mindworm started in the Legiman Lounge. Now, so you got a combination of numbers as the first clue, and props to all the people that discovered it. All credits are in the description below. There's a link to Nightswifty's guide to it, but those numbers are an anagram of the release date for Ulduar. I'm glad the WoW Secrets Discord people are here because you'd never figure any of this out on your own, and it took them 4 days. But anyway, you want to kill the deconstructor where I was on the map. You want to head up to the top left rusty pile of scrap, and then you'll find a rusty lever on top of this dismantled gnome head. Once you switch that lever, a grid of lights will appear on the ground. Each light represents a square that light is in, and you can basically turn the lights on and turn the lights off again, and you have to make a pattern with all of these lights. And I do have an image from Nightswifty's visual guide, so again, all credits to them and to him for the image. So the lights represent the green, so you want to turn on all of the green. I'm just going to fast forward. It's like I'm painting a canvas right now. So you do sort of make a cross. Obviously, I don't expect you to follow the visual that I'm doing here. You would probably be better off using the image. Again, that image, if you don't want to look at it in the video, is in the description down below as part of the full-on visual guide. And the symbol that you've actually just made, I believe, is like the symbol of Mimiron, and I didn't even know Mimiron had a symbol, so to figure that out, again, it's just, it kind of blows my mind, puzzles like this. And once you've completed it, there will be a note on the floor containing your next clue, which hints to 1,000 years imprisoned. Then this refers to C'thun in Ahn'Qiraj. You want to clear all the way through Ahn'Qiraj. Once you, I don't think you actually even have to kill C'thun, I just did anyway. You want to head back up to the left, follow where I am running in the video. There's the map reference there. You want to head up these stairs, and there will be like a glowing orange lava on this table here. Once you click that, this will begin the Jewelcraft minigame. A minigame that, if you've played it, you'll be very familiar with, and one that I know I definitely did on my Jewelcrafter. It is a toy called Jewelcraft, so if you are unfamiliar with how this works, it's just like you can switch to, I guess, pieces, and then that combines them, falls them off, and you get a point value. With this, it's all replaced with like old god symbols, and a point value is hidden. I was doing this for maybe like 20 minutes before it popped and said, hey, you're finished. I had a friend that did it for 30 seconds, so I'm really not sure. I've read loads of different comments. My advice would just be keep doing it until it ends, because it will end at some point. Now, the next stage, you want to obtain a Shadow Weave mask. This mask you need for your next clue, because otherwise you're going to have to go there and make a return trip. So you want to buy a Shadow Weave mask. Right now, this has been discovered. They are going like hotcakes, and the prices are actually just getting smaller and smaller because so many people are latching onto that idea as a tailorer. So purchase one of them, and then you want to head over to Deepholme, where I am now. There is a cave entrance, which was the green waypoint, and then you want to head all the way to the end of the cave. It's the cave with the spinning like rockworm going around that can mess you up. And once you're at the back, you will find a dark fissure. You want to click on that, and you will fall into a cavern that you cannot escape without a hearthstone, so or any form of teleport. So you would be stuck there. So once you land, you will, well, I'm on a PvP server, and secrets like this usually end badly when it comes to PvP. Luckily though, most people are actually well behaved, so I was able to just sneak right in. You will find a, like a plaque that actually had the clue for the mask, but because you've already pre-purchased the mask, you now equip that mask. Go to the other side of the chair, and you will find a skull on the chair. Just like all the bodies around of people just killing each other. Now, if you can't interact with the skull, do what I did, /reload. You can then interact with the skull. You get like a purple flash. Once you've done that, a clue will appear on the ground below you. Click that clue, and then you will be eligible to start the next part. And this clue will take you to Gnomeregan. So this is where things get a bit complicated. Luckily, for us, someone's already figured all this out for us, so we just have to go in here and click a few buttons. But oh my god, you'll have to see the visual guide just to know how much or how complicated this thing looks. It's all like a binary. I wouldn't even know where to. That would be like game over for me. I wouldn't have any idea. Now, if you can follow where I just went on the video and where I was on the map, there is also another visual guide reference to the path that you want to take. You'll find a plaque. That is the clue there. Look at that. That there. That is the clue to the number sequence that you need to now enter into these machines. So these machines have a display number on the top line of text. You can move them up or down, and you have to basically make this code. I just put it on screen because there's I'm just gonna stop here. This would defeat me completely. So you just you go up or down, line up the numbers as it displays in the top, and complete the code. Like, very simple for us going in and doing it, but for the people that found this, again, credit in the description below, because I think that, you know, credit's well deserved for this one. Once you've solved it, the next clue will appear on the ground, another clue that you can click, and the next clue is going to take you to Val'sharah. So we're back in the Broken Isles. You want to now head to where I am on the map, and you will be, I guess, met with a hut. You want to head into that hut, and inside you will find, well, you'll find a dead body of a rare covering the thing I need to show you in the video. I mean, obviously, but you will find this, and it's called a Nightmare Tumor. You click this, and it's very similar to Ahn'Qiraj. You will be presented with a mini game. This time it's the Blingtron circuit tutorial, but you only have to complete one level. And how you complete this is you're switching the orbs around. Just zoom in to have a good look at it. You're switching the orbs around to untangle it. It's like, imagine untangling a really bad pair of shoelaces, but you don't have to have them all connecting. So there, I completed it. A line will turn blue when you know that it's like not mixing with any other lines. Once you've completed that puzzle, it shouldn't be too difficult. Once you complete that puzzle, the next clue will appear on the ground by the Nightmare Tumor. So click that, and now you're eligible for the Endless Halls. So you want to head to there in Kun-Lai. You want to head into, quite, you know, ironically, the Tomb of Secrets, and go past all these stone guys, and you'll find a urn just sitting up here, and you will press a button to consume the ashes, and this will transport you to the Endless Halls. And this is the part of the video where I will try to do my best to explain the Endless Halls. This is something that I can't just show you as a guide. This is something that is different for everyone. It is randomly generated for every player on a daily basis, so there's no correct way to complete this. But your objective while in the maze is to match coloured orbs to coloured runes. There is 5 orbs and 5 runes, and you have to match those colours. So you're basically looking for 10 unique rooms with orbs and runes in. You then have to grab said orb. So to demonstrate here, I've grabbed the green orb, and then I'm running from room to room to try and find the green rune. Now this looks like I'm just running into random runes hoping to find it. Truthfully, I actually know where I'm going because I made a map of my unique maze. Now, there's a lot of discussion and debating whether, hey, does making maps don't work? Don't be silly. I can tell you now from my experience of 4 hours in this maze, this is my map. Now, this probably just looks like a complete mess to anyone else, but to me, this makes sense because I was trapped in here for 4 hours going around in the same circles. You can find corners that will loop in on themselves, and it doesn't make sense on a 2D map. So you can see where I've got it in sections. Where I've got a loop or a piece that goes off the paper, I've linked it to a number system, so I can then track where that number goes and then continue the maze somewhere else on the page. And it actually worked. Now, the maze can teleport you randomly. I had cases of door-like areas shutting behind me, teleporting into random places, but I could find myself again. All it took was to find a corridor that was familiar, that I had mapped out, or I could just find a rune or an orb that I had already placed on the map, and then I could find myself back on the map again as a reference point, and then go from there, find turns that I had maybe not discovered yet, and eventually link it all together till I kind of actually solved the maze and I knew where I was going. So the best advice I can give you is map it out, find all 10, so 5 orbs and 5 runes, find all 10 of them, map it out. Once you've found all of them, you can then link them together. It took me 3 to 4 hours to actually map it out, and work my way around. Once I had found it all, it only took like 10 minutes just to then link them all together. So that would be the best advice that I could give you. I had a friend that was running around. He found 4 of them in like 20 minutes. Very efficient, but then he was stuck on the last one and had to give up eventually. So once you've completed that, you will phase into another room. So instead of going into the maze, you will phase into a nicely coloured one where your last clue will await you. That is the best that I can do to explain the maze. That's what made sense to me. If you have any questions or unsure, do try and leave them in the comments. Everyone does have their own spin on the maze. So for the last clue, you want to head to Karazhan, and most importantly, the Karazhan crypts from the map I've shown you there. This was actually blocked off in Legion. They blocked that off, and they turned it into a little part for the hidden Warlock skin. I made a video previously exploring this in WoD, and I made a guide for that Warlock skin. So I've already been here twice before, so going back a third time, you want to head all the way to the bottom of the crypt, and you will find the pile of bones that I'm very familiar with at this point. And on top of it, there is the Lucid Nightmare mount just sitting in a box. And I think without a doubt, the hardest and most complex puzzle that Blizzard have done to date in these patches. I do hope they continue with them. And the maze, as much as I think everyone hates it, I think is a stroke of genius, because it's not something that you can just make a guide for and you just follow it and people win. It's something that each individual player has to figure out for themselves and run it on their own. So that's the best I can do to help you. If it helped, be sure to subscribe for some more Warcraft guides and videos, or leave a comment explaining why it didn't help and what you're confused about. Maybe I can help, maybe I can't. But that's all for this one. Thank you very much for watching.